I'm going to work this afternoon, so I'm kind of meal prepping for the next 2-3 days. So I meant to buy meatballs. Don't look at my nails, please. Don't look at my nails. I don't even want to look at them myself, but yeah, look at them anyways. Whole milk. I just don't consume dairy. So yeah, in this case the air fryer, because who uses the oven nowadays, right? So the air fryer is in the oven. So a little trick I learned on TikTok: instead of like boiling your potatoes to kind of cook them before you put them in the oven, like this girl put them in the microwave. So I put them in the microwave for about 12 minutes, and they're like, let me get a fork, and they are cooked. Well, not cooked, but like, you know, not as hard as they were before. Kind of cooks them, see? So then I can't believe this, but I burned myself. The air fryer somewhere here. I've applied cold water, as the myth says, because sometimes I feel some of these recommendations are myths. I've applied cold water for a few, at least a minute, and then aloe vera gel. So hopefully it does the trick. The potatoes are in the air fryer, so I will have to like stop the video a few times. But when I edit it, none of this will be visible. But let's talk about my experience doing my master's degree. So when I finished my undergraduate degree in fashion journalism, I swore to myself that I would not do a master's degree. I was mentally drained. Those 3 years were a bit too much for me. They're very intense, and I was studying in London, and London was fun. But at the same time, I was still working part-time while balancing being a full-time student and the university to top it all up. So then I was living in London, but when I moved to England, I was living in Leeds. So then I came to stay with my sister, and then I looked for a job for a few months. I was searching for a job for a few months, and I just couldn't find anything. And then I think it was God's desire, it was God's wish for this to happen. But a part of me always wanted to study marketing, and I was interested in it because for my final project for my undergraduate degree, I did a little bit of marketing. I found that so interesting. And I forgot to tell this, but towards the end of my fashion journalism degree, I realized I didn't want to be a journalist full time. I enjoyed writing articles, and I'm very appreciative of everything I learned during those 3 years, but I just knew that wasn't for me. So I kind of wanted to get into marketing. Okay, so I tried to get into marketing after I finished my fashion journalism degree, because obviously I have what's the word, it's not adaptable skills, but skills that can be used like in sort of any job. I forgot the actual word, but yeah, so I have those, like, the journalism degree granted me those skills. So I thought, okay, transferable. Oh, I remember, transferable skills. So then I thought that, okay, it would not be a big issue for me to find a job in marketing with my journalism degree, which happened to be. So then I was very upset. I was kind of sad. I was depressed because I studied so hard for those 3 years, and I couldn't get a degree. I couldn't get a job. So I felt like everything had happened for nothing. And then I came across this degree like after months and months of searching for a job, and I couldn't find. So I came across this degree because I was considering doing a master's. So I was just thinking what options are out there for me, because the only reason I also was considering to do a master's is because I knew a master's would only take 1 year of my time. So that's enough. You can take 1 year of my life. So, and then I came across this degree, market research and analytics, one night, and then everything just made sense. So I thought, that's why I say that it was sent to me, this course, because the price, obviously the course fee was just enough. The student finance said the money they would give me would be enough to cover this. And another reason why I applied for this course as well is because of the opportunity to do a placement year, because something that I struggled with when I was applying for jobs was companies telling me that I don't have enough experience. But then how can I get experience if you don't give me the job, right? I'm just gonna leave it out there. So that's what happened. So then I said, okay, it comes with a placement year, so I'll definitely do it. So when I finish this degree, I will not struggle with, I will not hear that annoying sentence, you don't have enough experience. So I said, let's go for it. The money was just the amount they were asking for, the course fee, and the amount the student finance would be able to help me with to pay for the course was just like spot on. Plus the placement year, plus being marketing, plus being like literally an hour from Leeds in Manchester. So I said everything just makes sense. And then the analytics, I was actually gaining some sort of interest in analytics at the time, and it just both best of both worlds in one course, if that makes sense. So I did think, and I still think, I strongly believe that course was sent to me by God. Everything just made sense at that point. So I applied. It took them a while, let's say a few months to get back to me, because I just knew I was gonna get in. I don't know why they're taking so much time, right? But they took a few months to get back to me, to accept me, because I knew they're gonna accept me. I wrote a personal statement, I had the grades and everything, so I just knew I was gonna get in, and I got in. I started last September, and oh gosh, it was hard. It was really hard because I was a full-time student, but at the same time I was working full-time. So I had to commute to get there, an hour and a half, an hour and 20 minutes, something like that. Sometimes by train, sometimes on the coach. Yeah, you heard me right. National Express. You should have sponsored me at some point, because I was there 3-4 times a week. You were taking my money, and I was, oh my god, no, it was hard. It was hard because sometimes I had lectures at 9 a.m. so I had to wake up like at 4 to get the coach at 8 to be there by 9, and then walk all the way to the station to the university. And then sometimes I used to, ooh, let me check on it. I'll be back. How was my experience doing a master's degree? Is market research and analytics, and the course itself was very interesting. I learned so much about marketing, traditional marketing, digital marketing, and I had different lecturers, and it was interesting to go to a different campus, because I think that this campus in Manchester was a bit more modern than my campus in London when I studied fashion journalism. The library was really modern, the building was really modern, so I really liked how spacious the university was. And like after a few weeks, it was easy for me to get to places I just need. Well, actually no, I was always in the morning checking where my lecture was going to be, even though I've had the same lecture for maybe 8 weeks now by that time. But I've always I kept forgetting what room the lectures were, but that's something that is just me. But it was like easy to get your way around, and I had my lectures in the business school, because my master's is a business master. So I really enjoyed everything that I learned. I met some really nice lecturers, but I would say that the module that caught my attention more and I enjoyed the most was definitely the digital measurement and evaluation. And in that one, we had to learn about Google Analytics and website performance and user behavior online, and different like copyright and like data privacy legislations, and I really enjoyed that. So I'm really forever grateful to the lecturer for teaching us so well, and because we're a small group, we all could learn very well. So it was really an eye-opening module, and because of that I then managed to get an internship again through this lecturer, because I showed a huge interest in the subject. So I was able to get this internship in a really well-positioned, well-known media agency, and I loved those 2 weeks. It just really reinforced the fact that this is really what I want to do career-wise. So yeah, that was really nice. I also met lovely people. I could say that I made friends, and I've even traveled with one of them. I went to Barcelona, Spain this summer with someone I befriended in this university. So Dorencia, shout out, I know you're watching this video, as you should, girl. Well done, thank you. So we traveled together. We talk to each other almost weekly. She's enjoying her time in Milan right now, so I really hope she's having fun and not getting lost like we did in Barcelona. But no. And then I made some other friends as well, so it was really, really, really good. And like people, I got to meet people from different backgrounds, different countries. I met someone from Syria. Obviously, Derencia, the one I talked about, she's from the Bahamas, so I never thought I'd meet someone from the Bahamas. And I love her accent; it's just so sweet. So that's something else I really, really liked. Now, would I recommend people doing a master's? I would say for me, it was really hard, but I think my advice, it was really hard because I was working full time at the same time, and I had to like wake up really early, commute, and then finish lectures and run to get the coach or the train to come back to Leeds on time to start work, and then come back home and study and revise. And like I sometimes had to study and revise at work when it wasn't busy, it was quiet. So I'd say my recommendation is, if you're going for masters, please try not to have a job. Just focus on that. I think you learn more, you enjoy the experience more. And I think I wish I had that chance to not have a job while doing my masters. I think I would have enjoyed my time more. I think I would have learned more, because sometimes in lectures I was just so tired, I used to fall asleep. Sorry. Not like throughout the whole lecture, but like maybe for 5 minutes or a few minutes, I used to just close my eyes because I was tired. So my recommendation is, if you're going for masters, try not to have a job, or save up some money beforehand. Like if you know next year I'm doing masters, try to work and save some money for that occasion. And then make sure you're actually passionate about what you're going to do, because a master's is so mentally draining. As like, obviously university you have to be independent, but they expect you to be even more independent, and it can be tricky sometimes and challenging. So definitely be passionate about what you're going to do, the course you choose, because if you're not passionate about anything in life, what's the point of doing it, right? And then I think those are my 2 recommendations. Be sure you want to do it. Don't let peer pressure, family, friends like tell you do a master's, and make sure you actually need it to do whatever you want to do, because some courses you don't need a master's degree, but for example law, I would advise having a master's degree. My next question to myself: would I do it again, a master's? I would, because through these masters I was able to find something that I think I'm very passionate about, a subject, as I've already mentioned. So it's like data and like website performance, data analysis. I do like that. Google Analytics, that using that software to verify consumer behavior online, like all that thing. I do like it very much, and that's why I wrote my dissertation. I think the question for my dissertation was how baby boomers' perception of internet cookies, data privacy and user consent can affect or is impacting online advertising in the United Kingdom. And that's something I'm going to talk about that later. But it also impacted my choice of my topic for my dissertation, because I knew that's something I wanted to get into once I finish, and everyone the university was advising us students to choose a topic that is related to what you want to do, and also a topic that you're passionate about. So I would say that I would do it again, because I was able to find something that I'm really passionate about, something that I didn't feel this fire, I didn't feel this adrenaline talking or even studying something. This, when I was doing my fashion journalism, it just, that spark just wasn't there, but it is there now. So I think that, as I said, God has plans for us. That's how I feel that he put me on this journey, and put this course on my journey, on my path. We make sure that we found each other, because he had like great plans for me, as it says in Jeremiah 29:11. But yeah, I would definitely do it again. But maybe just save up a bit of money, so I wouldn't have to work as hard as I did. And then, do I have any? I should have come prepared with some questions for myself. But overall, if you're thinking about doing a master's, if you think it's essential, go for it. A year goes so quickly. You might meet great people. You might find something that you're really passionate about. You might find a job. You might do a really good internship. And you might find, for example, if you do a master's, if you do your degree in a different city, then you might fall in love with that city. You never know. You might find love on your course. You never know. So, just be sure you want to do it and go for it. Like anything and everything in life is an experience, and even if you don't like it, like my journalism course, I did like the course, and I don't regret choosing it. It taught me like transferable skills, and it taught me something that I wanted to learn at the time, which is obviously we grow and our dreams and objectives, they grow and expand and change as well, which is okay. That's what life is about. So that's what happened to me. Now it's not something that I want to pursue, but it's something that at the time I wanted to, and I'm grateful that I went for it, because just when you want something, just go for it, try. And it might not work out. It didn't really work out for me, but I still don't regret it. Everything happens for a reason. So yeah, that was my sweet experience. Is now done. I submitted it on Friday. I'm a free woman, and oh my God, it felt so good. I was so relieved. I got emotional as well. I prayed to God and I thank him for the support, for the strength, for everything. It was so hard, and like he knows that he was there. And you know, as it says, I think it's Proverbs, he says that I can do all things through Christ, for he's the one who strengthens me. So I think that, you know, I did think about that Bible verse a lot, because I was able to finish that degree because he strengthened me. Every time I prayed for strength and endurance, and he was there. So like I got really emotional. I submitted it in the afternoon and I went to work. I worked for 9 hours. That was how I celebrated it. Making money, because you know what? Money have to make, you know, in this life, even if dissertation is done, like money still have to make, bills still have to be paid and stuff. So it is what it is. But I'm glad that journey is completed, is done. I'm glad it happened. And now I'm ready to move on to my next journey. And what comes next to me? Just the boring, depressing stage of job search. But I have faith that I just know, I trust God, and I just know I'm getting a job soon. So like no pressure this time. I feel like really relieved, because I'm putting all my trust in God, and I know how hard I've worked for this. So I know it will happen. On top of that, I have good experience, more experience now than I did when I did my first degree. So now I have 2 degrees. And yes, on TikTok I saw a video of this girl. She posted and she said like, before you try and be my enemy, remember I have 2 degrees while you only have your birth certificate as your... No, I have 2 certificates while you only have your 1 certificate, which is your birth certificate. Oh, I wish I could say, because the way she said it, it was just so like, I'm like, oh, bars, that's bars. So now I have no 1 but 2 degrees. Sadly, the ceremony, the graduation is next year. Doesn't make sense. Doesn't make sense. Why am I finishing this year? Well, I get my grade in October. I know I'm gonna get distinction. Let's not even argue about that. But then I get my grade in October, and then I'm only graduating next year. Doesn't make sense. I'm gonna be booked and busy, but I still have to look good in my graduation. So that's a must. That's a must. I will go. But yeah, that was everything for this video. Thank you for watching another video. Thank you for subscribing to those who have just subscribed. Stay on the other side. There's another video coming very soon. I'll post weekly. So thank you. Bye.